Welcome to the beginning of our podcast.
Wait, you should sing
This is the beginning.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can you do it?
Probably not, and I'll make a fool of myself.
I love it. That's the best part.
And I don't know if anyone wants to hear the whole thing.
Everyone wants to hear the whole thing.
All right. Is this the real life? Is it just fantasy? Caught in a man's heart. No escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. How he knows it goes. Easy come, little high, little low.
I was so wrong. Nobody wanted to hear that.
I knew it.
Taylor and Alan talking about movies. They may be best friends, but they always disagree. Taylor and Alan, I seen that.
Okay, so this movie actually was inspired by your podcast that you selfishly did without me.
The first one, the Hot Fuzz.
The first one. Is there more?
Yeah, you
I
know
guess
this.
by the time
You
people
know
hear
this by
there's
now.
Like 10.
Yeah.
And the only reason is because I this is a movie I wanted to see for a long time, and I finally just saw it a few days ago. And there's not really any trivia that doesn't straight up give the movie away. So see if you can just guess from
World's
what I've
End.
told you. Nope, I've seen that one. That's
Hot-
a good one.
Not Hot Fuzz. We already did that one. Shaun of the Dead.
I've seen that one.
Paul.
Did you even talk about Paul?
No.
Okay, well no, but that's a good one too.
Not Baby Driver, right? 'Cause
Not by those guys.
Oh, well then I have no idea. Give me the trivia.
Oh man, okay, I gotta find it.
What am I supposed to do? Just keep guessing forever?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
gonna start with the
trivia
A's.
that doesn't give it away. Here's my piece of trivia.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves.
The Matrix?
What?
John Wick.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, okay.
I finally just saw this after it being recommended to me by this guy at work. He's been talking about this movie for like 3 years now. It's his favorite movie. And it's a good movie.
Yeah. Did you listen to the podcast before or after you saw?
I had already seen it. I had literally just finished it.
Literally?
Like 10 minutes. Literally 10 minutes before I listened to the podcast, I had finished that episode or that movie.
Yeah. Now,
So I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
So her question to me was, is John Wick just gratuitous for the sake of being violent, right? Is it just violence
No.
for violence sake?
No, definitely not. What I would say is, and I don't remember if it got said, I was like, if anything, it is like art.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was kind of a showcase of choreography where like
it was beautifully choreographed.
where Kill Bill is just violence. Like it's just
Right.
look how bloody,
No,
look how crazy this is. Where John Wick is like almost like ballet, but with
Yeah, everything is so smooth and
gung fu, they call
precise. It was surprisingly very good. I didn't know what to think of it or ahead of time.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took me this long to see it. It's not typically the kind of movies I watch. For some reason, I thought it was a kung fu movie.
it. Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know. But I finally watched it, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Did you cry when the dog got killed?
That was terrible.
It didn't really affect me that much. I don't know why. Maybe I'm dead inside.
Here's the only thing is it was a bummer, but I kind of knew about it already because that's
What
I don't know
everyone
how
talks
many
about.
anytime people talks about John Wick, it's about the dog. So I already knew it was going to happen, so
Yeah.
it wasn't really that bad.
I heard an interview with the directors, and they were saying they had to work really hard to get that in the movie. That I guess it's kind of like a bad omen to kill an animal in your thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because people are going to be really upset. But they said, because he goes and kills 100 and something people, or however many, 300 people. I don't remember the number. He kills that many people, it balances out. One dog.
It made up for it.
Hundreds of people.
One dog, 300 people.
Yeah.
I agree. So, yeah, it's hard to explain how violent, yet at the same time, you don't even really realize how violent it is. Like when you can talk about a guy in a movie who kills 300 people, but when you watch it, it doesn't feel like it's like over the top or anything. It's a very different kind of movie.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really good. Have you seen The Raid or The Raid 2? That's another one we talked about a little bit.
Yeah, well, so I saw like the first half of The Raid years ago.
Uh-huh.
I never got to finish it, and I just haven't gone back to it. But it definitely has that same feel to it.
Yeah. It is really good. Like
I want to see it.
I would say it's probably more violent than John Wick.
Yeah.
But, it is so well done. And you have to read the subtitles, but there's not that much story, so it's not that big of a deal. And
Right.
even with that much violence, my wife enjoyed the movie, which
Really.
is saying something because that's not her cup of tea, you know.
One of the things that really stood out about John Wick that I liked is it seemed, I mean, as realistic as a movie like this can be, it felt really real, like as far as how often he was reloading, checking his ammo, like taking other people's guns, this and that. Like it was like he was very aware of how much ammo he was using, and it wasn't like he had an unlimited,
Clip?
unlimited magazine. I
Yeah.
cannot freaking or clip. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It stood out to me because we did like a gun training thing like a while back, and that's one of the things that they teach you is always be like tactical reloading.
Wow.
Because you can know that your gun's got 10 shots, but you're not really going to be able to keep count if you're in a firefight. So anytime there's like a lull in the fight,
Yeah.
you just drop it and put a new one in, even if it's maybe only halfway used.
What
That
if
way
you
you
only
know what you have is full.
taken one shot?
Okay, if you took one shot, fine.
Because see,
But the point is, if you've taken
I
a
only
few
put
shots
one-
and you don't know,
I only put one bullet
Oh,
in
you-
each magazine.
you just do one in the chamber.
Yeah, yeah. That way, I never worry. I know exactly how many more bullets I have in each magazine.
And it's always 0.
Well, no, it's always one until after I shoot it. Then I know, okay, I need to reload right now. Because how embarrassing would it be if you're trying to, you're in a gunfight and you don't have any bullets in your gun?
Pretty embarrassing. I've been there.
So I have one of those vests, like the military vests where you can put all the magazines
Right.
in. I have 3 of those.
And they all just have the one.
I have a one that fits, and then one that fits on top of that one, and one that fits on top of that one. And I just strip them down as I'm going.
And it's just layers and layers of one shot mags.
Yep. Well, they're normal size magazines, but there's just one bullet in each one.
Well, yeah, they just have the one in there.
Because I tried to get one shot magazines, and they laughed at me.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be laughable. But just like I watching it, it was just like it felt somewhat real, at least. Like he wasn't just like never having to reload or never running out of ammo or shooting 20 times before he had to reload. None of that.
Well, you
I
know
thought that
who
was pretty
made this
cool.
movie, right? Do you know the story behind it?
I don't know the story, but I thought it was someone connected with the Matrix, right?
Yeah, so it's the stunt guys. The stunt crew from the Matrix made this movie, and that's why it was so focused on the kind of choreography behind everything.
Right. That's funny because in one of the trivia that I just read was that Keanu Reeves was not even originally who they wanted for the movie, which is funny because if you get the guys from the Matrix, you think maybe they wrote it with him in mind.
Yeah.
But apparently, originally the way it was written was for like a mid-60s guy who has been a hitman for 40 years or whatever.
Yeah. So
then it says
the
they
guys who
settled on
made
Keanu.
it didn't write this one.
Oh no.
No, they changed it. The guys from the Matrix changed and rewrote the story. They got the original script was kind of the baseline, and they added to it. So they might have had the idea for Keanu. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I see what you're saying. Well,
But,
I think they did a really good job.
did you see the second one?
Yeah, I just watched that one yesterday.
What did you think of the second one?
I like that one too.
Which one do you like more?
I think I like the first one more.
Yeah, me
But
too.
they're both pretty good.
The second one was okay. It was just kind of like, yeah.
It was the same thing.
Like the first one, I felt like was like, really, really good, and it was just kind of hard to live up to that standard.
Right.
Plus
and
having,
they're making a third.
Yeah. Plus having Common and stuff like that in it was kind of distracting.
Yeah, that kind of takes me out of it.
Yeah. Because
Not that I have any problem with Common,
no,
but it felt weird, out of place.
well, it's always an issue when an actor stands out more than the character.
Yes.
Like when you think of the actor when you see that person instead of like getting lost in the story, it's always going to be an issue. And that's
like it would have worked if it was Common playing Common.
Yeah, well, unless he was an assassin.
Himself.
If he was an assassin still, and he was Common playing Common, it would have been much more of a problem for me. But
Yeah, this is true.
well, yeah, no, I like this. I think I probably would watch it if it came on. I probably wouldn't start it over, but I'd probably watch it from wherever it picked up at.
I don't know. I might, but that's just because I saw it so recently. But it's a good movie. I would definitely recommend it to people for sure.
Well, you ready for our segment of the year?
So this is the critically acclaimed. This is the People's Choice Award nominated segment.
I want to see that.
And no one knows why you do that.
It's all right. I know why I do that. That's all that matters.
So what do you want to see?
Well, this is another one that we've mentioned that I haven't seen yet, but Machine Gun Preacher with Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
He.
I would say that's a good one.
Have you seen it?
I have seen this one.
Yeah, it's he's like an NGO worker, right? An aid worker who goes and helps out an orphanage, and the orphanage is getting run over like by guerrilla
militia type people.
Yeah, and he fights them off.
Yes.
And it sounds good.
He like builds structures and stuff for him, and it's good. The whole time watching it, I just pictured it was you instead. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is also what Alan is doing.
Yeah, it is. That's all I do in Thailand. I fight with militias.
The militias.
Yep.
So it's a good one. I would recommend.
All right. Well, if you want to get a hold of us, you can tweet us at ISeenThatPod or me directly at AlanRJR.
And I am at Taylor Enokson.
Inakamasan.
And Nakasan.
Anakasan.
That's what my wife's mother thought my name was at first.
Did she expect an Asian guy?
I don't know what she thought. She knew who I was.
Yeah. Because
I had taken food over there, and it was like in my mom's Tupperware, and it had our name on it because my mom puts our name on everything. She saw it. She's like, what is this? A Nakasan? What? Do I look like a Nakasan?
Did she think the food? Did she think the food was a Nakasan?
I don't know what she thought.
Because we had that happen.
It was just
here. We some friends back when we were vegetarian. We were going over for like Thanksgiving somewhere to our friend's house, and her mom was cooking, and my friend told her, there was like, hey, Sam, we need vegetarian food for Sam and Alan. And she thought salmon Allen was one word and a type of food. And she's like, I ain't cooking something I don't know what that is. And she got all...
Salmon Allen.
Salmon Allen. It just sounds like salmonella to me.
Yeah.
But
nice.
if you enjoy this podcast and you would like to hear it a week in advance, over on Patreon, we try to publish every episode a week early. And for $1, you can have access to that. Also, with that $1...
Only $1?
Only $1. You get all this conversation. You can, with that same $1, you can vote and help us decide who has a better taste in movies, me or Taylor. I'm gonna assume that you're gonna pick me because that makes the most sense. But if you
Yeah,
do feel the
out
need
of pity.
to vote, that's what I was about to say about you. But now all the power is gone. You've taken it from me.
Oh, vote for me. Because I'm clearly right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if you don't think Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man, I don't want your vote.
What are we need to do one on Spider-Man 2 at some point, but I feel like we've done 3 of them based on Spider-Man 2 already.
Have we not? We did Spider-Man 2.
We've never done Spider-Man 2. We've done
No?
Spider-Man Homecoming, Iron Man, and there's another one but wasn't Spider-Man.
I'm pretty
What was
sure
that?
Spider-Man 2 was one of the first ones I did.
No. Not even a
No?
little bit. I promise. Here, I'll tell you.
It's one of my favorites.
You've never done it. I don't know. I don't like the movie. I'm not going to bring it up.
All right.
I'll
I got it
tell
pulled up
you.
here.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right.
Interesting.
Maybe it was during X-Men that it came up.
Yeah, because we were talking about Logan.
Yeah.
And then about favorite superhero movies.
Yeah, so we talked about it during X-Men, we talked about it during Spider-Man Homecoming, and we talked about it during Iron Man. But one of these days, we will have a show dedicated solely to Spider-Man 2. Hopefully not next week, because that will be too soon.
Here's the thing, though. If we're going to do it, you need to watch it first.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can give a real representation on your thoughts and see if you still feel the same way.
Well, why don't we do that? That'll be the bonus episode for next week.
Okay.
We'll do that for the Patreon special premium. This one
Premium content.
premium content, $10 level Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I will watch this terrible movie and reaffirm my beliefs on it.
Listen, I feel like you are already going to go into it hating it.
I've seen it before, so that doesn't really work. But I am going to go into it hating it already, but not because you like it, but because it's not very good.
Well, just don't do that.
But if you guys want to help us out, we would really appreciate it if you could go over to Patreon. If not, thanks for listening anyways. You're still awesome.
Wait, this whole thing was on the episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of it. I'm going to cut out some of it.
They got all that bonus content for free. I cannot believe it.
If you don't want to support us, we still feel supported by you listening. So thanks for doing that.